not anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna start. Count to 5. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nikki and Carly show. We have a special guest on today that we're so excited about. Our lovely friend Bree is here today with us. And we are just so excited to laugh and have a great time with her. This is my sister Nikki.
Hello.
And I'm Carly. And then Bree is also here. So, Nicole?
Well, hi, Bree. Thanks for visiting us. We're so excited. We're glad you're feeling better. So,
Yes.
So Bree, we've been friends for 22 years. Almost 23.
Holy cow. Holy
Yeah.
cow. Yeah, because it's as long as Logan's been born, right?
Yeah.
Which means we have been friends for 22 years.
That is true.
True.
So,
Tag along.
Bree and I
We've been
met
through
when
it.
I was pregnant, and Bree and Jake worked together. So that's how Bree and I met, and we just instantly connected and just were friends.
Instantly.
Yeah. From
Yeah.
there on. So, and
Yeah.
my ride or die. So, yeah. So
That's
we're
right.
good. So, Bree, you want to tell us a little bit about you?
No. I'm just kidding. I was gonna make up a story like I'm a single mom, but I'm not. I am a mama of 2. I got a beautiful daughter Haley that goes to Auburn, which is what my sweatshirt says, and a handsome son that is a senior in high school, married to a guy named Scott, which you might hear in some of the stories tonight. And I live in Jacksonville, Florida, where they used to live.
Yeah. So yeah, so we're and I'm your children's godmother.
You are the chosen one.
Well, I mean, and the chosen one, but so Jake's not here tonight, so you have to bear with us because we are being tech and the face. So it's
I'm only the face.
It might get a little dicey, but say a prayer that we get through the whole show with no problems. So anyway, so let's talk about our week. So Carly, go ahead and tell us anything interesting this week happened with you. I mean, you have the most interesting weeks.
Well, so I had a couple things happen this week that were kind of funny. There's always interesting stuff, but Ted and I went shopping. We went to the mall, and we were excited because we had no kids. We went after work. We are going to get a couple of Christmas gifts. Well, we're shopping, and I'm like, hey, I have to go into Bath & Body Works. I want to go get these hand sanitizers. I love doing those for Christmas. Just those little things in our teacher gifts. So I'm checking out, and Ted walks over, and he leans in, and he's like, ma'am, what is this? And it's a little dog balloon that holds the hand sanitizers, the little hand sanitizers. So he holds it up to her, and she goes, it's a blow-up dog. And we are crying. Like, he and I could not get it together, and she is mortified because she's this young girl, and she's like, it's been a long day. And he's like, it's a blow-up doll. So that was super awkward. She's like, okay, take your freaking receipt and get out of here. Like, I'm done with you people. Meanwhile, there's like this old lady behind us listening in. She was mortified. And then we left there, and we had to do a Costco run. So he had realized earlier in the day at a job that he had a hole in his shorts. So he goes, we're in Costco, and he like bends down, and he hears it rip a little bit more, and he's like, oh no, can you see my butt? He's like worried that you can see his underwear. So then we're looking around, and he sees this workout bench. Well, to get into the workout bench, it was kind of tight. So he squeezes into the workout bench, and it has handles on it. Well, his shorts get stuck in the handle. He's fighting, and it's ripping his pants open in Costco, and it was packed. I'm crying. I took off. Like, I'm like, I can't.
You always
I can't
leave.
do
You
it.
always leave.
I was about to say, leave it to Carly. You're
I
on your own.
can't do it.
She's never
He's
stayed.
stuck. I could not stay and help him get his shorts off the handles. It was so funny. I was crying laughing. And then, so then today we go see Santa, and we're going to go take pictures at Bass Pro. Well, we get up, and luckily, thankfully, there was not a lot of people there because we take pictures with Santa, and Dane has like this crazy face, and we're like, we cannot, no, nah. Like, you look nuts in this picture. You know how he always does like crazy, like smiles. And I'm like, no, we're not doing this. So we end up going through 3 times to take pictures with Santa.
Us again.
Us again. Hey, us again. So finally we pick a set. It still wasn't even good. He had a crazy smile still, but I'm like, we're done. Like, we're not going through
we can't
this
go
thing
back there again.
Like, these chicks are done with us. They're like, you don't like my pictures? So then we get
It's not you, it's me.
Yeah.
So like, Santa, we're going to need you to smile a little bit better because this has really been awkward and I don't really like the way that you're looking.
Well, the first time we go through, he's joking with Mom, and then we're standing there, and he's like, "Did you just put your hand in my pocket?" And I'm like, "What is happening? Like, this is so awkward right now. Like, why is Santa accusing Mom of putting her hand in his pocket?"
Oh my gosh, that is so weird.
It was so weird. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Like, I totally pretended like I didn't hear it. I'm like, jeez. Like, okay, take the pictures. We gotta go.
Yeah, we're out.
Then we had to come back 2 more times.
Oh, that was the first time?
That was the first time. He accused her of it. And then she goes, so what is in your pockets? And I'm like,
Judy,
Mom,
why would she
Mom,
say that?
just
God.
stop.
We can't take her anywhere.
Nowhere, right? So then we go to lunch, we eat lunch and come home. Well, we're all getting out of the truck, and Mom and I are sitting in the backseat with Dane, and I look over, and Mom's getting out, and she, like, slips out of the truck. Like, she stepped on the footboard and slips off of it. And Ted goes, oh, I probably should have told y'all. I forgot I armor-alled that step up. And he goes, yeah. He's like, yeah, the other day I went to go get in, and my foot slipped off, and I shot down. And he's like, I looked around and see if anybody was looking. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just told our mother, like, she just slipped out of the truck and, like, almost ate it. But yeah, that was our week.
That's hilarious.
Anything for you girls?
I have a good story about that, but I'll come back.
No, you go next. You go next. Go ahead.
No, I was just, it has nothing to do with me, but this whole parent thing, I think I've told you in the past, but like me, my family, my sister and her family, my dad and my stepmom and my brother's daughter, my niece, we're all trying to go to Wiki Wachi, which is the springs with the mermaids and whatever. Well, it sold out in like 10 minutes, so we didn't get to go. So we were trying to find another spring. We're driving along and everyone got hungry, so we stop at a restaurant. And while we're at the restaurant, we're all at kind of different tables because we have so many of us. And I'm sitting next to my dad. And the waitress, this cute young girl, walks up. And my dad is like, hey, do you like to go swimming around here? And we're like, and I just kind of got quiet. And he's like, so where do you and your friends go? Are you guys going today? And I'm like, Dad, you can't ask her that. and she's like, yeah, just kind of answering him. And I'm like, you can't answer that. Like, you both should stop talking. And he's like, I mean, don't you just, something like, do you just like slip on your bathing suit and go? Like, where do you guys go? And I'm like,
so creepy.
You're 70 some years old. What are we talking about? And all he really wanted to know was where we could go. And I was like, why didn't you ask her that? Like, don't ask her. So we give him shit about it all the time. I'm like, anyway, it was just the whole mom's, what is in your pocket, Santa?
Yeah. Like, don't ask.
Yeah, don't ask.
Well, it's like your parents start making decisions that you're just like, what are you doing? Like,
yes.
Well, Leon and Nancy picked up a hitchhiker not too long ago. We're like, what are you doing? They're like, it's fine. He's fine. I'm like, no, do we have to have a talk? Like, you can't just pick up hitchhikers. They're like, we were in the mountains. I'm like, that's worse. Do you not watch the movies?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm like, oh gosh. But so my week, so I had a pretty fun week. So I went and saw my best friend. He's like my brother. He bought us tickets to go see John Christ. yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So
Fun.
yeah, real fun, super fun. So we like had a date before or whatever. Well, so we're in the line to the ladies' room, and the line is like wrapped around the door because it's in a campus, so the parking was bad. So we had to park like a couple blocks away and walk in, which was absolutely gorgeous day. It was absolutely beautiful, so it wasn't bad. But by the time we got there, it was like I should go to the bathroom because you don't want to leave in the middle of a comedian and go to the bathroom. That's like a death wish, right? Like they're gonna make fun of you.
Right.
So all of us are in line. And like we're at the door where you coming in and coming out, so it's that awkward where you have to like hold the door. So I'm there, and this woman bends down, and I like look, and I'm like, what is she doing? She is picking up a lizard. I
have a story, Rachel.
I'm like, I'm out. I start pushing women. Excuse me. I literally pushed these women out of the way, and I was like running up, and these women were like, what is wrong with you? And one of my friends actually was at the show, and her mom were in front of us, and she was like, you're a mess. I'm like, no. And the lady behind me was like, it's dead, by the way. And I'm like, I don't give a shit if it's dead. That thing is going to come to life. He's going to be Lazarus and run up my pant legs, and this is going to get really weird. So I'm like, no, dude, I'm out. I'll push these women out of the way. I was like, excuse me. So yeah, I'm scared to death of lizards. Scared to death. I will do rats, bugs, snakes. But if there's a lizard in my house, I am burning it down. Did she fall off her thing? Where'd she go?
No, she got off like she was being discreet, like 1 second.
I'll be right back.
Never gone. So sorry, I was listening to every word and hanging on each one.
Yeah, hanging on. You fell off your chair.
My new puppy knocked over a drink on my couch, so I was trying to.
Oh, yeah, that's so fun.
But it was empty, so we're good.
So I went.
And they drink water next to me. Sorry.
So I went and saw Wicked for like an event this weekend, and it was so fun. It's like we're in I won't tell you, but we're in like a group of women, and it was a networking thing. So a lot of the women, we didn't know each other, so we were introducing each other, and we're standing out front of the movie theater, and we're like, oh hi, I'm so and so, I'm so and so. Well, this woman walks up, and we're like, oh, what's your name? And she tells us, and we're making talk with her and stuff, and so we all start visiting, and the woman asked my friend, she's like, is the movie over? And my friend's like, no, it's getting ready to start. We're getting ready to go in. Like, that's like a strange question. She kind of looks at me like, that's weird. And so the other woman next to me starts talking about being an empty nester and how they're eating ice cream for dinner, and we're all laughing. And the other woman's face is like, empty nester? She was there with a mom's group and realized at that moment she was with the wrong group. She was with us for like 15 minutes before she realized she was the wrong group, and she just slowly backed out. She was like, oh, okay, see you later. Like, she's totally the wrong group. I was crying because I was like, I would totally be awkward like that. I've been awkward like that, where you're like, oh, I'm in the wrong place. So the wrong place. I've actually went to the wrong funeral. It's really weird. Yeah, it was really awkward. I should just tell you now. It was in South Florida. I was in high school, and we were going to this funeral, and it was on Sistrunk Boulevard, which is like not a great part of town, and especially if you're white, it's not a great part of town. Like there was a time where you just weren't really allowed to go down there. And
welcomed.
Huh?
You said you weren't welcomed?
No, not at all. I've been down there a couple times because that's like my friends live down there. Anyway, it was not a great place to be. But
you met black friends. We get it.
Yeah. So we were going to this funeral, and we were lost. And so we saw these women with big church hats on, and we were like, okay, that's got to be it. So we followed them, got to the funeral, we're late, walking in, I'm like, where are all my friends? I'm like, I know we had other white friends, not just me. Literally, we were the only white people in the whole place. And I'm looking around, I'm like, God, they had to have other friends. And then I'm like, excuse me, sorry for your loss, excuse me. And I'm standing there, and I start listening, and they're speaking Creole. It was a Haitian wedding. I mean, a Haitian funeral. And I look down, and the guy's thing, and it's a totally old man. And I'm like, oh, again, I'm definitely in the wrong place. And so I'm like, excuse me, sorry for your loss. I like scoot out of this funeral. It was so awkward. But anyway, so I just share that. It's so bad.
Wrong
It was
place,
so
wrong time.
bad.
So you were saying about lizard. You're gonna love this, both of you. So just to back up the story and like set it up right, I took my dogs out back the other day, and out of the corner of my eye, I could see something slither, and I was like, nope. We walked right back inside, and I yelled for Cooper and Scott to come down. I'm like, snake, which I don't do snakes like you don't do lizards. So came back inside, and it was. So anyway, fast forward like a week or two later, and I was trying to put on my pajamas at night, and all I got to was putting on my pants. So I had nothing on top, and I see something out of the corner of my slither, and I was like, oh no. And all we talk about is one day a snake's gonna get this house. And so I looked down, and it's a lizard, and it's a big lizard, and I had a choice to make. Do I put on a shirt and try to find the lizard, or do I take the lizard outside? So there's some Ring camera footage.
I didn't even think about the Ring camera.
Out front. Scott goes, why did you go out front?
You went out front?
Oh, I went out front. It was a door I could open with my elbow. Because I had the lizard in my hands. My first I got you. I'm right here. My emotions were
I'd have been using my toes at that back door.
I would have been outside alone, naked. So there's that. I'm like, you own the house now. My pajamas are in there. I hope they fit.
I told you the time that what did happen with the snake, that I went outside to say bye to Cooper and Haley, and Piper was outside with me, and I'm in my pajamas, no bra, no makeup, no nothing. And I turn around and I see a snake is about to come in our house. And so I run and shut the door with me outside. Well, the snake stays in front of the door. Our garage door doesn't work because the batteries are dead. The back door is locked. I've got the dog. I'm standing in my driveway, and I'm like, oh no phone. 6 o'clock in the morning. It's the bright side of 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what to do. My neighbor comes out, and she's like, do you need help? And I was like, I mean, I don't know what you can do, but I'm not going to that door. There's a snake. And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to that door. So anyway, she finally threw something at it. The snake went away, and I rushed inside, and I'm at my little window next to my door like, thank you.
Well, we always get random. So we have a text feed between us, and it's just our girlfriends.
Oh my gosh.
So we have this text feed, and so there's always some random text, and we got the random text. It was like, I went out when your kids understand you or something, when you're naked and you run out of the house. What is happening? What is happening?
That would have been a different time that I was naked. What did happen? Blizzard. That was blizzard, and I was like, Cooper, don't go downstairs.
Does that tell you when we say that we have a text feed that if one of us dies, by the way, when I say Breeze the Rider dies, she's the one who comes to get my phone. Oh, yeah, she's dead, but I know she's dead. But did anybody see her phone? Anybody? Did anybody grab it? Did anybody know where the phone is?
Phone, computer. I just give it to me. You guys do everything else.
Oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. But anybody see her phone? Anybody see the phone? That's our rules.
Exactly. And then, of course, Cooper is like, I'm like, don't come downstairs. I'm naked. As I'm running through the house with the lizard. And Cooper's like, okay. I'm like, he gets me.
They're like, they're fine. They're fine.
He didn't even ask. He never did. He's like, whatever. Not the first time.
No, not the first time. Yeah, I don't do that. That's
so you guys were talking about the bathroom, but I forgot. Mom and I went to the Diamonds in the Rest this weekend, and we first show up. We both had to pee so bad. We're literally
it's an art show, like an art, right?
Yeah, it's they had 250 vendors,
Christmas,
just selling crafts and stuff like that.
Nice.
So we get there, and it's a long ride in. We had to wait for the tractors to come pick us up. So, but at this point, we both have to pee so bad, right? So we go get in line to the potty, or to the porta potties.
To the potty.
These two women are cleaning them out, right? Cleaning them, and they spray sanitizer in them and everything. I'm like, I can't go in like that. I'll die. Like, I will die in that thing. Because they sprayed like Lysol all in it. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that thing's gonna have to air out. I gotta pee. So one opens up, she starts walking to it. And I'm like, oh, no, don't worry. You don't have to clean this one. I'm fine. And she goes, oh, no, I was just trying to get by. Excuse me. And I was like, oh. Okay. Sorry.
You're like, oh.
I know. I was like, oh, no, you're okay. You don't have to do this one. She goes, I was just trying to go by. Excuse me. Crazy lady.
But Bree, I know all of Bree's addresses by heart because Bree calls me.
Oh,
she's like, hey, I'm gonna get on this ladder on the stairs and I'm gonna paint the top. So if I fall, just call 911. I'm like, don't get on the ladder on the stairs. What are you doing? Are you by yourself? What are you doing? And I have to like repeat her address over and over again. And she just sends me random text.
What's really funny about that is that happens way more often than someone would think.
So many times. I'm like,
yeah.
Dang it. What is the numbers? There's so many numbers to your address. Please send me a
when
pin.
I moved into this house, you're like, you're going to die.
You're going to die. There's like 6 numbers at the beginning. I'm like, I don't even know where you live. But
I learned that number and your zip code.
Shit. Yeah, I get way too many weird texts. I think one of my favorite texts. Text.
Who knows?
No, you know. So Bree sends me his text, and she's like, "If I get kidnapped, this is the guy that did it." And it's a guy in a white van at the Target parking lot, and I'm like, "I'm such an asshole."
Serious.
Yeah, I'm such an asshole. I'm like, how many guys are in the truck? You're okay.
She said, I think we're way past the point of being kidnapped.
I'm like, is your daughter with you? Are you carrying a nice purse? Because otherwise you're okay.
How long ago was this?
I tell people that story all the time. I'm like, this is what my asshole best friend said.
It was this year. And then there was this meme came up and it was a white van. It said free tacos. I'm like, this is the van I'm worried about. This one. Don't get in this one. This one is not free tacos. They're lying to you. There's no puppies. There's no tacos. I'm always like I don't, like as women, young women, we, you always watching around your shoulder and you're always looking around and you're always aware of stuff. I live so free now. I'm like, woo! I'm like, they always put me in a trunk. I'm good.
Ain't nobody kidnapping her.
How many guys are in the trunk? Like, it didn't even occur to me, but it was the best joke ever. How many guys are in the truck? I think we're way past that.
Yeah, I'm like, it's gonna take at least 2 for me to get me in the trunk, and that's if I'm not fighting.
To get all this in there.
That's if I'm not fighting. I'm like, shit, I need a break. Where are we going? Put me in. Trump?
There's like a meme or something that's like, I'm never gonna get kidnapped, or if I am, they're gonna give me back because they're gonna be like, get in the car, and I'm like, okay, can I drive?
Oh, you're supposed to take a left there. That was a shorter way. Can you make it darker in the trunk, please? I'm having a hard time sleeping.
Right.
Woo, take
Time
it
to get
off.
real.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. So let's get into
Hot
our
flash.
show.
That's all that is. Hot flash.
So
that's all it is. If I start pouring sweat, that's it.
So
Not
I
working
couldn't
out.
Pass out. She's gonna be like,
we're gonna be like, did she leave again? Where'd she go? So this week, so my daughter's a runner. So she's runs cross country and track, and she's amazing. She runs ridiculous miles every day. I don't even know how she does it. And so she said, Mom, should I do a turkey trot? And I started hysterically laughing, and I said, call Aunt Bree and ask her what she thinks about a turkey trot.
So what do you think about it?
So Bree, tell us your definition of a turkey trot. Tell us the story about the turkey trot.
So I've had many people say that I should come up with my own dictionary for some things. This would be one. So we first moved into this neighborhood. It's like there's like a hood full of like moms that hang out, and they were like, it was a text, and they were like, "Hey, inviting you to first annual turkey trot in the neighborhood, whatever." I was like, "Yeah, absolutely, did it. I don't really know how it works, but sure," and did it, whatever. And I figured, I said, well, I don't even know how I figured it out, but I was like,
I thought you thought it was a progressive dinner because you were like, no, they said there's drinks at the end. And I'm like, yeah, at the end. And she's like, well, what do I do with the turkey? How do I bring it?
I thought you put it in like a red flyer wagon or like, because we all had small kids then. And like you parade your turkey. Like, look how big mine is. It's weird, but I just was like, sure. Like I wanted to be a part of it. And then I find out it's a run. A run? Like who invited me to a run?
So on Thanksgiving.
Like, shoot, I already said yes. So we cheated and we walked. I think I might have ridden my bike that way.
The whole family had to do a 5K on Thanksgiving because Bree thought she signed up for progressive dinner.
All I saw was champagne. That's what it was. Champagne and
love
donuts
poinsettias.
At the end. I was like, I'll bring the champagne.
Do I cover the turkey? I don't understand how this. Like, how far are we carrying the turkey?
Do I make it run? Do I make it run?
I was like, do we like dress it up? You know what I mean? Like, is it a contest? Because I'm in. Like, I would have dressed up my turkey. I'd have made it a pirate or whatever it had to be. Like, I was ready to go. Scott's like, what's happening?
Why? Wait, I wore stretchy pants, but I didn't know it was for this reason.
I had no idea. That's like when I first went to Auburn. I grew up in the North-ish and went to University of Maryland. And so when I moved to Auburn, one of the first things they do, they call it hay day. And I was like, well, do y'all just ride around in bales of hay? And they were like, no, you walk around and you say hey to people. And I was like, why? So very
You're like, are you
different
messing with me?
Yeah. I skipped school that day. I was like, I'm not going. I think y'all are trying to punk me. Why would you just hey to people you don't know? Yeah, Auburn is like the friendliest school in the whole nation. Like it's ridiculous. And it's the cutest thing now. But then I literally was like, I'll go if you ride around on bales of hay. As soon as I found out you had to say hi to people, I was like, first of all, I don't say hey, I say hi. So no, I'm out. And I literally stayed home. I was like, I'm skipping school.
When we moved here to Texas, a friend of mine said, so did you get your mums? And I'm like, okay, slow it down. Like it's just starting to get fall. I'll get them planted soon. I'm like, damn, like you for real. Because like wreaths here are really big, like on the door. And I don't do wreaths because of lizards. I'm like, no, they jump on me from wreaths. They live there. I don't do them. So I already was like a little defensive. And then she's like, no, come with me. And we were at like a Hobby Lobby. These mums, have you seen Texas mums? They're like this big. And they wear them around their neck.
Oh, I remember that though.
And then they have like ribbon and everything that goes down. And they have like teddy bears and lights. And
yes, I remember you showing that.
It's like what they wear around their neck for
homecoming
or something.
Yeah.
Homecoming.
Right?
So it's homecoming.
It makes no sense.
It's not
you
the
can't
actual
even
plant.
see their dress. No, it's not the plant. No, I was like, all right, settle down. I'll get my mums. God, I'm get a HOA letter.
She's got 2 mums in her hand. She's like, got my mums. What now? What now, bitches? Got 'em.
Write the HOA now.
You really should show pictures for some of these things.
Okay, my tech guy is out. My tech guy is out.
That's a good visual. That's a good visual.
I'll post the pictures on Facebook with this on our Facebook page for this. Yeah. So you can see because we have a few pictures because there's
I don't have a turkey trot picture. I mean, I just don't. There may be a picture of me drinking champagne on Thanksgiving.
I have some.
I was like, I'll stay here with the dogs. I'm not going.
Oh, speaking of your dogs. So
I love my dogs.
Yeah. Tell us about your dogs.
Well, they're the best dogs ever. One's brand new. It's a puppy, but the one she's speaking of and referring to would be Piper. Yes, she is truly my emotional sport dog. Yes, if I were drowning, she would come get me. Yes, even if I sneeze, she wants to know what's up. She will go get somebody if I'm dying. So when I first got her, I wanted to take her everywhere with me. I still do. And I wanted to take her into like Hobby Lobby and stuff. And I didn't see why I couldn't take her in Hobby Lobby. There's no food. And at the time
like
they're
you
like
like physically got stopped at Hobby Lobby and they said you cannot bring this dog in, and you were like, why?
it's my emotional support dog.
She's 80 pounds.
can't-
I don't understand why I can't bring my dog in. Like, we're not talking a
And she's
Chihuahua. It does not fit in a purse.
No. Or in a buggy. There are breakables. And they went to point that out to me, that there were breakables and other things that maybe could hurt the dog. And I was like, well, I can't be without her. So I did the wrong thing. I got a doctor prescribed that she's my emotional support dog with a certificate.
She's so proud. And I'm like, you literally just declared yourself crazy. Do you know how hard it's going to be for me to get you out of this if Scott decides to put you in a home? Like,
Scott's like, win column for Scott.
He's like, yes, that was easy. That was easy.
That was so easy.
It was actually, I was really surprised
Look, it
how
was so
easy it
easy.
was for you to
So
declare
easy, he
yourself
got her
crazy.
another one.
Yeah.
2 for Scott.
Look, she way crazy. That dog wasn't enough. We need 2. My nose is
Yeah.
running.
know,
I
mine
think
too.
Piper's like, I can't handle it all. There are days that she's like, what? But you know what? She was outside with me when I was naked. She was outside with me when I got stuck with the snake. She's also my ride or die.
Yeah, she
Just
really
saying.
is. Well, so we were at Carly's house, and we were all sitting by the fire pit, and Carly's youngest son, we told you, has Down syndrome, so he was with Grandma, and they were up by the house. Well, they walked out, but you could only, and it was by the pool, but you could only see Dane. You couldn't see Grandma from where we were sitting, and Piper went crazy.
Crazy.
You remember? She like lost her crap, and and Bree wasn't paying attention to her, so she grabbed Bree's arm and pulled her to Dane.
Yeah.
And she's
And
never
she-
been formally trained.
No, just her nature. She's, they call her the lifeguard at the doggy daycare thing because she's always yelling at other dogs to get out of the water.
It's funny that you bring your dog to daycare.
So many things wrong with the story. Where do we? Oh, let me show you this. Look what I got made. Speaking of, can you see that?
Yes. So I'm glad you mentioned that because Bree
I got one of the other dog too. It's a Snapchat filter.
Oh.
Bree does. Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
That's brilliant.
You're gonna have to send me those so I can add them to the Facebook.
Okay.
So, so Bree is a really, really good gift giver. Like, I mean, girl, you can
I
plan
already
a for
ordered
real.
yours. I already ordered. Can't wait for it to get here.
So she can plan a birthday party like none other. I'm like, kids, we're not having birthdays like this. You just
No.
look. This
Always.
is
She always did. Like, she had the whole carnival. You
Yeah.
remember that?
freaking petting zoo.
Whole petting
Yep.
zoo.
Kids are like, how
Horses.
come I can't
Yeah.
have pigs at my birthday? Because we're poor. 'Cause we're poor. And Aunt Bree's been planning this since you were in the womb.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
I mean, she did like the cupcakes with the cows and pig. I'm like, why? Like, we
Yeah.
can't come to anymore.
We did Rapunzel. And my mom braided all this stuff to look like hair. We built a castle, and the best was when we put on Little Red Riding Hood, and we put on the whole play, and everybody in my family was a character. I was Little Red Riding Hood.
They're scared of you. That's what it is. They're like, yeah,
They
sure,
are.
sure.
We'll
I'll
dress
be the
up.
big bad wolf. Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's some of the gifts Bree has given me. So I have a doll. Wait, I have pants.
Wait,
with her
we
face.
can't see the face.
I have pants with
She
her
wore to
face.
the airport to pick me up.
I did. And the guy was a little freaked out, like, when he saw me in them. He was like, is that you? Yep. Yeah, it's my bestie. And then
My
I
partner.
and then I have more pictures of Bree around my house than I do my own family because and
Your kids have them too, by the way.
and she sent them to the kids, and Nate's like, "Do I have to put this up in my room?" Like, yeah, she'll hurt you.
Don't think I don't check in. I will text randomly and be like, send me a picture of the picture. Your kids.
It's in our guest room, and my parents are like, "Where's our picture?" Oh, it's behind Bree. But there's 3 of Bree, but it's back there. It's behind there. So, Carly, you've got to tell a story about our trip. So we did a girls' trip just recently. So go ahead.
So we all, there's 6 of us, 7 of us, and everybody shows up. We're all excited, and some of us start giving our gifts to other people, and some don't.
Let's back up that every other time I've brought a gift. The one
Every
time I
time.
don't.
Every
Every
time.
time.
And you bring like fantastic stuff where you're like, well,
Yeah.
shit, mine sucks now. I don't even want to bring mine out.
Yeah, and Nicole and I were anticipating this because we're like, Bree's gonna outdo us. We better get our gift
We gotta
up.
step it up.
We gotta step it up. So we all bring gifts except for Bree.
Each person. And it wasn't like everyone brought them out at the same time. It was like first this person and then the next person's like, let me give you what I got. Like it just kept going. I was like,
So we were having so much fun with this because I mean Bree was upset every time a new gift came out. She's like, I knew it! I knew
it's
you
my
were
love
gonna do it.
language.
So we're all hanging out, and Natalie just gives us her gift, and then so we come. We're all standing in the kitchen, and Bree comes out. She goes to her bathroom and comes out with all of her stuff in her hands. She's got tissue, Lysol wipes, a flower pot.
Soap,
I have
soap,
the picture.
the soap dispenser, like
Everything. She's like, I have your gifts. I have gifts for everybody.
Come pick what you want.
It was so funny.
That was the
I got
best.
y'all in the end.
But
I
yes,
got you in the end.
so the best, I think you did win for the best gift ever. Oh, you can't see it. It's not there. But I think you got the best gift ever because while we were at the beach, we're all at dinner, right, on the beach. It was absolutely fantastic. And so the girls were going to walk back to the house, and I couldn't because I had a bum foot. And Bree's like, well, I'll go with you. And so they all walked, and Bree and I were like,
Before that, they all said, hey, can you take my stuff?
oh, yeah. Well, they were like, well, here, do you mind taking this so I don't have to carry it back? And we're like, sure. But we're like, yeah, we're winning. Like, of course, we're not walking back. Like, they underestimated how far this place was.
Yeah.
So we're like, we're winning. Well, then they're like, oh, will you take my bag? Will you take my bag? Will you take my bag? So now we have all their stuff that we've been at the beach with all day. And we are like holding them on our arms. We have bright, like highlighter shirts on that say, and hats. Yeah, the hats that say Nikki Girls. And so, I mean, we look like we're standing out, right? We're at this club, like this real high-end club, and we're like carrying all these bags, like we're the help. And people are looking at us, so we're screaming, this is winning! This is what winning looks like! We're the winners! We actually won!
Some wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, I forgot! Yes!
Oh, yes.
Bree's boob is coming out, but we're hands full, we can't do anything about it. And I'm like, your boob!
Enjoy.
And I'm yelling it, and she's like, I can't do anything about it. And I'm like, I can't do anything about it. And we get up there.
Is winning.
And we didn't drive, so we had no idea where the car was. I don't even know if we knew what car it was. So we're just wandering around the parking lot, like clicking the keys to see which car beeps. And because we didn't know whose car it was, who they ended up taking. So we found it, got everything in. We exhausted all things. It was awful, but it was fun. So then Bree,
We would never have admitted it. Yeah.
yeah. So then Bree sent after it was Natalie's dog passed out with a bottle of limoncello, and the card says, "This is winning."
That was her gift to us later.
Yeah.
She sent it after we all got home.
I love it.
And I won.
Love
Best
it.
gift.
You
That
did
is the
win
best.
because I can't even send them out. Like I love them so much. I'm like I went to write one the other day and I was like, I don't know if you're worthy, and I just put it back in the file.
It had to be really special.
I was like, I don't think you're worthy. I'm just gonna put this aside.
So I can't tell you because she might be watching. I got Natalie a gift also already, but she'll have to show that when she comes on. I think that's my phone. I'm on live TV right now. Are you okay?
Who are you talking to?
Podcast with Aunt Nicole and Aunt Carly. Are you okay?
Who are you talking to? We're just waiting for her to get off the phone.
Oh, can you call Dad? Okay, hold on one second. This
So-
is awkward. Scott, can
I'm
you
gonna
pick up
get
the
you to
phone? Call
mute.
your son. Okay, love you. Bye.
And this is why she has an emotional support dog.
He's at Melting Pot with his girlfriend, and he wanted to know what cooking style he normally gets. So, my kid's on breakthrough on my phone, so even if I have it silent, if it's them, it comes through because obviously I don't want to miss a call. And so there you go. And I have to answer. That's
I
the
have mine
rule.
on Do Not Disturb, and my kids and you girls are on my Do
Yes.
Not Disturb. And Carly is
I hit
walking
notify
a really
anyway.
fine line.
I like to call her at like 6:30 in the morning. Her time.
I hit notify anyway. Notify anyway. Every time.
Well, you're not
I
on
mean,
it
you're
anymore.
giving me the choice.
No, I took you off because I was like, well, that's not working. she's still calling. So, okay. So we've talked about our gifts. We've talked about what? Did you say something?
What? No. I'm like, don't.
So, so I do ask if you want to.
This is like PTSD. So, fine. Most embarrassing story of my entire life. So I was in a hurry. We'll just say that. I was running errands. I was having hot flashes without medication. So I'm in a dress, and for reasons unknown, I did not put on underwear that day. And it's kind of a flowy dress. And I decided I'm going to go run errands, and one of those errands is to go to the car wash.
Well, you guys were going
We
out
were
of
about
town
to-
the next day.
We were going out of town. And so I have a Nissan Armada, and I only say that so that you know kind of the bumper's up a little higher. And I try to go through the car wash, and the guy stops me and says, "You have a attachment on your hitch. You can't go through with that. Do you want me to take it off?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "As long as you can help me put it back on." He's like, "Sure." So I go through the car wash. I pull in. I get out of the car, and he's walking over, and now he's head to my bumper, and I'm crotch to my bumper, and I'm, he's like, "You go ahead and keep cleaning while I put this on." I'm like, "Okay, thanks," So I'm just sitting here. I'm sweating. Like, I look awful. I can't even describe it. Like, it's a crazy person. You might still have that picture. And I'm just trying to get a million things done, whatever. I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying to make sure that my dress doesn't come up since I have no underwear on. So I keep kind of pulling at my dress. Well, as I'm doing the back seats, I turn, I come out, and I'm pulling my dress down. And this stupid dress gets caught in the stupid vacuum. And I am crotch to face with this poor teenager. Maybe 20-year-old. And I'm like, oh my God. I can't, it's just sucking my entire dress. Like, it's the best suction, it's the best guess, it's the best car wash we've ever been to. I can't get it out. I'm like, and he's like, I don't. He's just sitting there. He doesn't know what to do, so he doesn't move. I'm trying everything I do. I'm wiggling. I'm trying to get lower, and you just see me like lower to the ground. I finally get it unstuck. Just put the vacuum away and go sit in my car. That's it. He's still doing whatever at the back. I just sit. So I call Nicole to say, you will never guess what just happened to me, and you have to take it to the grave. Don't you tell anyone. And she's dying laughing. And then I hear her say, it's free. And I'm like, remember, don't say anything. She's like, she's in her car. And she tells the entire story to everyone that your mom was there, and then Carly was here. Everybody. And I just hear everybody laughing. I'm like, I hate you. And then I sent a picture of me. Like mad at her because it was like 150 degrees outside, plus the hot flash. I'm like, you just see it. It looked like I had to do the car wash.
Well, you were like, I'm not gonna get out of the car. I just gotta run to go do these errands, and I'll just go through the car wash real quick because it looks like we're going on a trip. And then you were like, oh my gosh, I have to get out of the car.
Well, and normally, like you're vacuuming, I just thought I could vacuum really fast and it wouldn't be anything. And I still have that stupid blue dress, and the only reason I keep it is for thoughts of that. And I cuss it out daily. I'm like, I hate you.
And that cotton, boy, that would go real fast.
Oh, it was like this flow. It was almost like over a bathing suit kind of situation. So it was like thin cotton, flowy at the bottom. Yeah, that sucker just right up into that damn vacuum. Remember how you used to like tie your shirts like right here? Yeah, I was about to that. And I was like, sorry. I mean, and he's holding, like the head's just heavy. He's holding this whole thing that goes on the back of my car to hold luggage. And he's holding it. And I'm like, I just give up. Like I just put the vacuum back very calmly, get in my car, shut the door. So when he's done, he's like, you're good. I'm like,
they're like, you're good. You're good. We'll see you next week, Miss Bree.
Well, and you know those things are always packed, so I wonder who else saw too. Like,
and it's right there, like next to it like lines up with the Walmart parking lot. The First Watch, like restaurant people are walking out. All these nice
so
people walking out.
Saw you.
Firehouse Subs right there. They're like in the windows staring at me. I'm like,
you're like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm moving tomorrow. It's fine.
And again, this is not in my hot 20 stage. This is at my not hot.
You're hot
stage.
Hot menopause.
hot
stage.
True in it. So embarrassing. And they always try to tell the story. I swear Jake tries to tell the story every time your family's around. Yeah. No.
It's a good one.
I'm sorry. It's my favorite one. So I was telling Mom was asking about the podcast, and I was like, yeah, Bree's gonna come on, and she's like, oh, what are you gonna talk about? And I was like, Mom, you do know that this is Bree, right? Like this is like my ride or die. Like I'm not gonna out her because she will out me. Like
yes, I will, and I told you that.
I'm like we have too many things. Like we may have to get married at some point, so
I
that
totally
we don't.
Agree.
Yeah.
I can't testify against each other.
No, you can't. If you're married, you can't testify. Look, sister wives, like we're gonna have to do it. If you see us get married, you know shit happened. you know shit went down when Bria and I are sending out announcements of save the date.
When you call me and you're like, I'll kill this dog. I'm gonna roll it up in this rug right now. I'm on my way. Whether we're rolling up the dog or I'm talking you down, I don't know, but I'm on it.
I called her at the office and I was like, that's it. I'm done with this dog.
Damn, I need to go take a lunch break.
I was like, I'm going to roll it up. It's trash day. I'm going to take it out. That was the dog we had we talked about, I think last week, was Cujo. Like his name wasn't Cujo. It was a Shar-Pei. And he was like the wrinkle dog. But I didn't know.
Was it?
It was our dog.
Oh.
And
It was theirs. Remember, it was when we had all the like the wives clubs or candle parties or what all the stuff we used to have.
yeah.
Gordon. You're talking
Yeah.
about
Yes.
Gordon. Okay.
Gordon.
Well,
It
we
was
got
like an
him.
angel for Jake.
Yes, he acted like
He
nothing.
was.
Like he was such a good dog for Jake. And when Jake left, he would jump on the door, and shake the door. That poor candle girl. We had a candle girl come, and it was her first time. It was one of their sisters or something, and we were like, "Sure, we'll be there for her." That was wrong. You should never bring that girl to us anyway. That's like giving them to the wolves. And that girl was like, her hands were shaking so bad, and Gordon was trying to get through the door. We're
It's
trapped.
the dog's at the door behind her. She's like, oh.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Door shaking. And then I went to get the dog to bring it to the front of the house, and I grabbed his collar, and he dragged me through the living room. I think that girl screamed.
That dog was
She's
scary.
like, I'm done. Buy or don't buy.
I was scared of that dog. Jake wasn't home. I was like, put him up. Like,
He was so scary.
We thought he was like one of the, because they had the Downy commercials, with the Shar-Peis, the wrinkle dogs, and so like they portrayed them as like being these really sweet
they're
dogs.
cute little puppies, but yes.
Oh, but they're like the top 3
It's a
most
devil
aggressive dogs. Like they're
was
bred
a
to
devil
fight.
dog.
Yeah, we're like, oh, like our insurance was like, we can't cover him. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess don't ask what happened to the dog. He went to a farm. Jake said, oh, it was a couple years after, like I took the dog to he tried to bite Logan. So we were like, yeah, that's it. So I took him to like a rescue. And, Jake was like,
Did I do that wrong?
no, I think you totally nailed it. Yeah, totally nailed it. And Jake was like, okay, so he's going to go to a farm with other Shar-Peis. And I'm like, I'm sure there's other Shar-Peis there. Mm-hmm. Yep. He just has to.
We also might have shown him all dogs go to heaven.
I'm like, he just has to take a bath and they have to touch his food while he eats. And then he's going to the farm. So either way,
That
he's
was a
going to go to the
no-go.
farm. No go. He definitely didn't make it to the right farm.
No.
No, but
He
But-
gone.
I mean, he might
Yeah,
have. He
but
might have made
now-
it to the farm. And Jake later was like, "You didn't take my dog to a farm." It's like, oh, sorry. That might be why the
We
kids are
didn't
like,
notice the rug was missing also. And the bleach smell in the house. I'm just kidding. Again, just kidding, everyone.
just kidding. But if we go to the pound and we're getting married, there's a problem. Delete this. Dateline. Delete this.
Remember when I used to, one of you, I used to say, I would tell your kids I was going to send them a guinea pig in the mail. So you couldn't say no.
I think
I'm
you
still gonna do
threatened me
that.
with a lizard.
So,
Yeah, my kids have talked me down off of that, by the way, because I was just going to make it like jump out at you. You know what I mean? Like make it a rubber, but put it on something so when you open it, it's just jump.
Yeah, I'd be like a fainting goat. I would just, and then just fall over, wet my pants. It would just not be pretty.
you would.
It would be
They
bad.
said it was too far. Too far, Mom.
It doesn't take much. I used to put grass blades in my hand and chase her.
Yeah, ask me why I'm afraid of lizards.
She would lock herself in the
Devil
bathroom
girl.
for like 20 minutes over a grass blade.
No, you would see this lizard coming through the bathroom door like this. His little eyes pulled back, and she would shove him under the bathroom door. And I'm up on the toilet screaming bloody murder. This lizard's like, what did I do? His
I
little
used to
eyes
make
are all
him
pulled
bite
back.
my ears and hang them
Yes.
from my ears and chase her with them.
Throw lizard tails at me. Not cute.
Yeah, if the lizard tail broke off, you could bet it was going in her hair.
Oh, bleh. No. I would shave my head. I would shave it. No, not gonna happen. But
I was really mean when it came to lizards with her. But
yeah.
Bree, for my bachelorette party, we should talk
like
about
that's
that.
Carly's story.
We go, but you'll have to help me because there's little details that I forget.
I can't
Know
imagine
that
why
you
you
know
forget.
what happened. I was about to say, I don't even know that you know what happened. I'm pretty sure that we were your designated drivers.
Bree-
And
For sure.
You were. There was like, it was that country bar that used to be down in the landing. And there's like the bar was behind me. Then there was the stools and then like the little thing that you could kind of belly up to and watch people dance. So you were on the other side of it and I was up against it sitting. And there's all these candles for whatever reason.
Who puts
someone thought
candles
that
in
was
a
good
bar?
idea. And Carly's long, gorgeous hair. And all of a sudden, her back is to me, like, Carly, your hair's on fire, Carly. And I just, like, jump over, I'm hitting her, and she's like, thanks. No idea.
Total fire. Like, total on fire. We're like, oh,
Completely.
oh God.
Next day, she's like, did I cut my hair? We're like, yeah.
Layers, long layers.
Yes, you did. You cut it. We
But
just
see-
let you cut it.
But poor Carly, like, so she's almost 10 years younger than us. And so she's like all
Yeah.
of our baby sisters. So she's always with us. So her bachelorette party was all of us. And so we're going to the bar.
Old fogies at that point, apparently.
I know. Apparently. And look, we were still hot. So I
I
don't
agree. I
like,
don't know
I
what
would-
that guy was talking about.
No. So
Yeah.
Carly's like, I mean, young and cute and everything, and we're like, can we lick the gumball machines and maybe get a stomach flu to drop some pounds? Like, we're good. So
Got a couple of her friends, her hot cutie friends there too.
tell them.
Yeah.
These guys came
So we're
around.
like over there, and you know, in mine and Nicole's day, it's like, you know, you take somebody out of a bachelorette party. The whole point is to make them be embarrassed and to like have people buy them drinks. So these guys are like, "Hey, are y'all interested in body shots?" And we were like, you guys do it? And he's like, "No, you guys." We're like, "Yeah, we're totally into that." Yes. So Carly's like, "Yeah, me and Brio did." I'm like, "Yeah, right here, like whatever." And we do one off the other. And the guy's like, "I was hoping it would be like those two." It was like two of the young ones. It was Carly, one of her young friends. Who says that? I guess I looked like some beast. Like, so
I think
bad.
the shot glass would actually sit in my belly button right now. like you would actually hear her go like, you'd hear like, pulled it out. Yeah, that was so
Somebody
much
else,
fun.
like, think about. That was the most, humbling experience of my life.
Oh,
But we
man.
had fun. We did our body shots.
We did do body
Yes, we
shots.
did.
It was fun. Yeah, that was
Yes,
fun.
we did.
We've done a lot of fun things together. And
Yes, we
we
have.
keep doing. Like we get that girls' weekend was so much fun. I mean, we just giggled the whole time, and the cats.
I agree.
Like it was.
I
so
feel
much
like
fun.
something happens every day too. So us texting each other is so good. Even when my Amazon's in Spanish and
Oh, that's right. You text that your Amazon's in Spanish. We're like, put some
it's like
babble in your
challenge
cart.
accepted.
Yeah, put some babble in your cart. Be like, now what, Scott? Now what?
Yeah.
You think I'm not spending money on Christmas? Yeah,
See?
I'm learning Spanish.
Scott said, change it to Spanish. No, I was like, challenge accepted.
Still buying, sucker.
Know how to say I can buy this, or would you like dose?
yeah, I know those. But then my stuff started coming in Spanish, and I'm like, keep your bullshit over there. Like, don't be sending that crap. My TikToks were in Spanish, and
It's like the
I
episode
do
of Friends.
too.
Like I can't get it to turn back. So fine.
you got to find a Spanish friend and have them fix it for you.
well, I know enough of it that I'm like, none of these things say to change the language, but I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Whoever changed it might have deleted that.
Yeah, they're like, hide this.
Hide, yeah. Hide option.
Well, I didn't realize. So, like, last year for Christmas, I was so excited, when I got all the kids' stuff, and and they just were, like, so not impressed on Christmas. And I was like, I like, really tried hard. Because I'm not a good gift giver at all. Like, I'm just not like you. I'm just not good at all. And turns out they can all see the Amazon cart because we're all on the same Amazon. And I didn't know that, but they did. So you can hide it in your cart. And I didn't know that they were hiding theirs, not mine. So I'm like
Oh,
just
so
telling
funny.
everybody, like, here's what I got you for Christmas. Well, now it's weird because they can see everything you get on Amazon too. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
oh.
Now all of us, yeah. The three
you
of
can
us,
see-
or all four of us, I guess, share our Amazon. So we're all becoming fluent in Spanish.
Yeah, well, we're all learning what we order. You know, I'm like, sorry.
Maybe you need a second name. Maybe a Spanish one.
Maybe that's not a bad idea. I may already have one. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't. Do you guys
love
have
you,
anything
girls.
else?
I don't.
So, I
think we-
do. I have something. So now you can listen to this on all the podcast catchers. So
fun.
yeah, slowly but surely, I'm learning how to get all this together. So I got us all of our episodes up on the podcast catcher last week, and so you can listen to us on Spotify. I still don't have iTunes because I can't log in. I don't know my login. So give me a minute
Totally.
on that. I gotta reset the password again. Do you hate that when you reset the password and they're like, can't use the same password?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just got a meme that says, if somebody tries to hold me like for ransom or somebody and is like, I want the password to your account, I'm like, try this one.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. I gotta use that password. I just tried that password. So I got
Yeah.
locked out a few times. So I will have it back. But this is all on
The security
podcast.
measures are such a pain. Yes.
Well, and I live with an IT guy, so like I have to have like a different password for everything. I'm like, I can't remember. So he's mad because he's like helping me get into it, and he's like, "What's your password?" I'm like,
It's the worst.
um,
You're like the dog that got, you're like the only way my dog just now.
You need to just write them all down somewhere. Just screw it. If somebody breaks in, then they got your passwords.
Like, you
But
can have
just
it.
write them down.
I gave my stepmom a book of passwords, and only like she had it and she was laughing because I guess she thinks she always forgets passwords too, but really it's because I bought us all. And Scott goes, "What's the point? You're just gonna lose. You're gonna lose the book."
Right?
True.
Like there's that meme
Oh.
that it says, "I have your password." You're like, "Oh, good. Can you tell me them?" 'Cause I don't remember.
Same password. Yes, please.
Yeah, Chick's like,
One
"Don't
of us
ever do
did
that." I'm like, "Oh, don't do that."
Don't
She's
make
like,
your
"No."
password the same. I'm like, listen, you can either get my Amazon or my Social Security, whatever. Like it's all
It's like, but I'm gonna need you to buy everything in the cart, okay? Like if you're gonna do that, just make sure it ships to me.
Ship to
Ship your
this
stuff.
address.
Yeah, ship your stuff to your address, but make sure all that stuff in there comes to me, okay?
Right.
I appreciate if you hide it because the kids will know what I got them for Christmas.
Long story. See, nobody wants to kidnap us. Too much trouble.
We are so much work. And then they were like, "Shit, you don't
We're
cook?"
fun. Nope.
No, I know this deceiving. You think I like to cook?
I eat.
I eat. Yeah. That's
Speaking of
fun.
which, I'm gonna go get some pumpkin pie when we're done here.
Ooh, yum.
Yum.
I am not.
What do
I'm
y'all
off to
do?
watch. What?
go
Haley's
ahead.
home, so I'm going to upstairs to watch whatever they're watching.
What are
So,
y'all
you
doing
know.
for Thanksgiving?
We are going to South Florida to see my uncle, and my sister and them are going, and my dad and stepmom are going.
Fun.
We're going to South Florida too.
Where? I'm going to like, what is that? New Haven? No, New Haven. What's it called? Like
Stewart is where I'm
Jupiter
going.
area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be
You guys
north,
gonna
a
be the
little bit
same
north
area.
of you. Yeah, I'll be a little bit north
Nice.
of you.
Nice.
We're
I'll
gonna
wave
do-
on the highway.
I'll text you, see where you're at if we're out and about.
You'll get there sooner because you're an hour and 5 hours something south of me, is what Haley says. She's like, "What? Why does he really live so far away?" But it says she's in Jacksonville.
We didn't even
Like,
we
she's
didn't
not-
even talk about Haley and how she spent time with me.
Oh Lord. She's
We-
like, "I'm so tired. I can't wake up. I need sleep after being with Aunt Nicole." I was
She
like,
fell
"Tell it,
asleep
girl."
at breakfast. She was like, she couldn't keep her head up. Scott was like, "I've never seen her like this." That was fun.
Like-
That's how I feel when I leave Carly's house, though. Like, I'm so tired after I leave Carly's house. It's so much fun.
It is so much fun. The kids had so much fun while we were at our girls' trip, too. Teenagers taught Ted acting like
they
a
all
teenager.
came here.
Yeah.
That's right. All the kids came to our house when we went to our girls' trip, and my husband is like a huge kid, so he was loving it because they were all just playing games the whole time.
It never fails that I will see the funniest thing on Facebook, and I'm like, show Carly and Nicole, and it's from Ted.
Yeah.
And he's already like put all of our names on it, and I'm like, whatever.
I know, and he loves to tag Bree too. It's so funny. He always tags her.
Well, and here's the funny thing about it is that our kids are so good. Like they're
so much better than us. Yeah.
They like don't.
I don't even know how y'all raised these kids.
I don't either.
I have no
really?
idea.
Or what? You just counted yourself out of that?
Listen.
She's like, yeah, no, not like you all.
She's like, which one of these three are not the same? like old time TV. Which one of these three don't match?
Like when we were like, Jake, I swear he's saying beach. We said beach. Hard.
We taught Logan how to say bitch. He's
We didn't
2
teach
years
him.
old. Right. Well, I mean, he's a fast learner. He came home and he was running around going, bitch, bitch, bitch. And we're like, beach, beach, honey, beach.
We took him to the beach a lot.
We did take him to the beach a lot. Well, and then
The funniest thing about the beach is Bree at the beach with the kids when she used to take the kids.
Oh my God.
At the end. At the end.
Here's
your last story.
Tell him, Nicole.
We would go to the beach and we'd have all the kids. Well, anywhere you go with Bree, she's like for real set. Like we go to the movies and we'll have all the kids with us, and I'm sitting at one end and Bree's sitting at the other, and then all of a sudden, like you just, like there'll be kids like on both sides of us, which kind of like spread out, and they're just passing hot dogs and popcorn
Out of her bag.
Yeah, and like full drinks. I'm like, where does all this come from? Like, what do you have? Some kind of Mary Poppins bag? And they're hot, like hot dogs. And then like packets of ketchup. And I'm like, what is happening? So we go to the beach.
Then we go to the beach.
And all the kids are there. So we have all the kids. And Bree always has...
Her nephews are older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're the same age as Logan. As my older one.
Lucas is older than your
Logan. And Logan are about the same.
I think the same, yeah.
Yeah. And so we clean up after the beach, and like, so if you're in Jack's Beach, there's apartments and everything there, and then like the beach where the shower and the water is. So
lifeguard
all of our
towers.
kids, yeah. So Bree's like, okay, kids, again, her Mary Poppins bag. She pulls out all this stuff, and she's like, okay, everybody shower, and they all just strip down, and there's just a whole bunch of naked kids, and my kids are looking at me like, no. And I'm like, do not take your clothes off. Do not take your clothes off. What are you doing? And I'm like holding a towel. Like, what's happening? And she's like, it's fine. We're just going to take a shower before we get in the car. I'm like, Logan's like, please don't make me take my clothes off. He was afraid to go with you.
You had to have like a sit down conversation with me that day. You were like, great. Lucas and Logan are too old for you to do that. I was like, you think? Like,
she's like, what's the problem?
11?
They were like 3rd grade, 5th grade.
Why, you think they're 11? Yeah, his voice is starting to change. She can't shower at the beach. Like, it doesn't work.
Hello? I don't want to stand in the car.
So I gotta tell you this story, and then then we're past time. But when we came down last time to go to the beach, we were in Daytona, and I bought this really cute Carrie Underwood bathing suit, and it was cream. And I thought, it's Carrie Underwood, it's a good brand, whatever. So we take the kids, and it's Emily and her boyfriend and Nate. And so we go out to the water, and we're just out in the water, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back in. Well, you kind of shift down, so you have to, like, walk back to your seat. So I get out, and the water's, like, knee-high, right? So it's not like, and it's, like, that way for a long time. So I'm walking, and Nate starts screaming, see through! See through! He's screaming it at Daytona Beach. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. My bathing suit was straight see-through. Straight see-through. Like I wouldn't wear it anything. I was just walking on the beach, and I'm like, okay, what do I choose? Like, pick one because you can't cover it all. And he's literally screaming this, and I'm like, if you don't say anything, no one's gonna look at me. Like, he was so mortified. I think Emily's boyfriend was gonna drown himself.
Oh no!
Like,
everybody was looking at you, regardless if he screamed or not.
Oh,
that's hard to miss.
And that trip was terrible because Carly, we take him into like the tourists. Yeah, well, some of us is a little hard to miss.
I mean, there's a basically naked woman walking.
Yeah, walking down the beach, like a far down the beach.
Can't.
And the beach was packed.
They didn't run after you and tackle you with a towel.
Oh, he would have if he wasn't so far away. Like, he would have just hid me. But he was so mortified. I thought he was going to die. But then we take them to the tourist shop on the corner, right? And it's Daytona. One, we're all high because all the contact weed, like, we went through. The kids are like, what is that? We're like, just keep walking.
Well, skunks around here.
Yeah, the corner shop had like phallical, like, bongs.
Bongs?
Yes. And like very explicit t-shirts that were worse than my bathing suit. And Nolan was like, oh my gosh. He was so freaked out. He was like, we have to leave. He was so mortified. Poor little guy.
Close your eyes. We're out of here. Go.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. It was such an experience that day. But
that's hilarious.
But yeah,
well,
if
you don't teach him, who will?
That's what I tell him. Can't have you out cursing like a weirdo. Got to use it the right way. Well, girls, I love you. This is fun.
Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, we'll have to have you back.
Yes.
Absolutely. More stories. Right. Sure.
This is going to get weird because I got to go turn it off.
Bye, everybody.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.